Hey, this is Ariel.
And this is Quotidian Light, and this is our week 1 update. You've actually fallen asleep and had your lock sock come off a couple times in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Yeah? So why do you think your lock sock came off?
Because I move when I sleep.
Did you move when you sleep? Well, I'm not sure if... Look at this over here. Camera's over here. I'm not sure if it's because you're moving a lot when you sleep, which you do. You always have. Or if maybe it's because your head's too little. Or maybe it's because your hair is slippery rather than frizzy. And so it's not like it slips a little more. It stayed on better when you had you double wrapped. Remember when you first started and I would put your scarf on and then we'd put on your dread sock?
Yeah.
But you don't like that idea, do you?
I think we should get a smaller one.
Okay, so you think you should get a smaller dread sock.
It is a little big.
Okay, now turn around to the side so people can see. So this is your hair after it fell off several times in the middle of the night. Not too shabby. Let me see if I can get some good light here. Okay, sit up. Now, as you can see from his locks, they're locking. And they're also trying to merge together. You've got some locks here that all want to be together, sweetheart. But they look healthy. You've got some, like, weeds in your hair.
Huh? Probably from a trail.
I know. That's the beauty of the dread sock, though. Can you imagine how much weeds would be in your hair if you didn't have that thing on when you were running? It'd be crazy. So as you can see, his locks there's a lot of loose hairs in between that are trying to merge. I'm not freaking out about it because when I feel them, it's really easy to pull them apart. I'm not going to go through and pop them yet because I'm not going to pop his locks dry. But, you know, that's something just keep an eye on. If you have baby locks, if you have some straight hairs on your head and they start trying to go to other straight hairs on your head, just keep an eye on them and make sure that they're not solidifying. As long as they can be gently pulled apart, don't even worry about it. And I'm not worrying about it at this point. Someone on the channel wanted to know why his coils were staying since I didn't really use a lot of product. The amount of Joy Natural Gel that I put on his roots does not account for the fact that this isn't going anywhere. And it's because I'm experimenting with something that Damien does. I've been watching his videos for a while, and I kind of wanted to experiment with it. At first, I got the urge to take out my locks and start them over just so I could experiment, so I'd have a head. But since he was willing, I figured he'd be a perfect person to experiment on because his hair is looser texture, and a lot of people say that if you have looser texture it's harder to lock, your coils won't stay, you have to start with latching, you're not able to comb coil, all that. The reason why his coils are staying is because I'm using his natural curl pattern. And what I'm discovering with his head is if you have any sort of coil or even a more regular crimp to your hair, you can do comb coils on your head with no product at all, and they will stay. As long as your hair is well conditioned, because the conditioned hair will accentuate your natural curl pattern. And so as long as your hair is in good condition, and you make the parts within a certain margin of error of your natural curl pattern. So his natural curls are about this big. So I made parts just slightly bigger than that. Put your head there so they can see how big your parts are. Okay, that's the size of his part. This is the size of his natural ringlet. When his hair is not locked, he will have, his hair is really big and frizzy, but he will have points all throughout his hair that have curls about this size. So I made his coils this size, and I made his part slightly larger than that natural coil. And what it did was, it worked with his hair, and his hair, when I coiled it, his hair was like, oh, I know this. This is where I always want to be. And it just naturally went there, and it's not coming loose. If I were to comb this out, I would actually have to use a little bit of pressure to get it combed out, because wetting it isn't going to just make them fall out. It'll make it frizzy, but it doesn't just make this come out. Now, what I've also seen is the portions of his hair where he's got straight strands, they're still straight. They're not coiling. So it definitely is his curl pattern. The straight hairs are not in the coil. They're all in between. They're frizzy all over the place. Eventually, they'll get incorporated, so I'm not freaking out about it. But that's how I can tell that the coils are staying because of the curl pattern. Because every place where the coil is the same size as his natural curls, they're staying. And the hairs that are straight that are not staying in those coils. So that's where we're at on that. Now I'm just going to wake up his hair and let you see how I wake it up. We haven't done anything to it for a couple days. 2 days ago, I spritzed it with the Nubian Kinks Natural Hair Vitamin. It smells good. It's really light. It doesn't have a lot of protein or anything in it. And so, like, I don't want to use my normal leave-in all the time because it's a little protein rich and he doesn't need much. And so this is what we're going to use today. I'm just going to spray it all over. And look at that. Because this is his natural curl pattern, those curls aren't going anywhere. See? I'm just waking it up. Kind of separate the locks that seem to want to merge the most. Very lightly. Nothing serious. It really isn't that serious. We're going to be washing his hair next week. And I will also be conditioning it next week. I believe that, yes, even starter locks should be conditioned. But I'm going to do it in such a way that his locks won't come apart too badly. Well, knock on wood. So I'm just lightly separating his locks. And see that? See all this movement? They're light. They're not going anywhere. But they're still light. They're not weighed down with product, which is huge. I am looking to do a series of experiments on locks. And so if you are in Marin County, San Rafael area, and you're looking to start some locks, and you don't mind being on my channel, and you want to maybe try something new compared to the way most people start locks out here, go ahead and contact me, Maya@Loc'dGlory.com, because I'm looking for possibly 2 people with hair textures very different from my own, to try out some ideas I have on hair and to start locks. So, yeah. See? There's about that. So right now, I separated his hair, and as you can see, he has locks, and he's got a lot of frizz in between. And this is 1 week in. Turn to the side. This is his side. A lot less frizz. Now cover your face. I'm just going to lightly spritz it with oil. This is not my favorite oil, but it works good on his hair. It does not work well on mine. This is the Joy Natural Spray Oil. It's safflower oil, and it has Mr. 8 in it. Mr. 8 is a synthetic oil that also thins out oils and makes them less greasy. I still find this extremely greasy, so I have to be very light. Cover your face with both hands because it's going to be greasy, sweetheart. Now turn around to the other side. That's it. 3 spritzes for his whole head. That's all the oil he needs to bring some life back to his hair. And just look at it. Make sure there's no weeds in there. And your hair looks good. And turn around. So you said before that you liked your locks because you didn't have to do anything to your hair. Are you still feeling the same way?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I never liked doing my hair.
Ever? Even when you were little?
I don't remember.
Yeah? Do you think this is something that you're going to keep for a long time?
Probably.
Yeah? Are you glad you did it?
Yeah.
Are you going to give me more than a one-word answer?
No.
Oh, son. The pain, the horror. So your sister's coming back on Friday. How do you feel about it?
Oh my god, I forgot.
Yeah, she's coming on Saturday. Matter of fact, she's sick right now. It's her first time being sick away from home. She sounds pathetic on the phone.
She's sick?
Yes, she's sick. She's sitting in her dorm by herself, sick, trying to get her finals done. Isn't that pathetic?
That's
so
awesome.
sad.
Total
She
college.
called me and she's like, ugh.
It's like a college moment.
Yeah, very much so. Poor baby. She called and Jason ran over with chicken soup and Robitussin.
Potato salad.
No potato salad.
Alright, so I'd say something random.
You don't need her getting nauseous and throwing up all over everybody.
Oh.
So how are you feeling about like showing your sister your baby locks? What do you think she's gonna say?
She'd be like, no, your curls.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be kind of hard to boing these when they're all boing.
Not really. It's actually kind of easier.
Well, but once they lock up, they're gonna be stiff. They're not gonna do that anymore. So I have to boing them extra now. I have to get in some extra boings because I won't be able to do it much longer. Boing! Boing!
Okay.
I've been doing that since you were little.
Yeah.
Yeah, are you looking forward to me not boinging your hair?
Yes.
But you know what? Girls are still going to want to play in your hair.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are. They're going to be like, ooh, your locks. They're so big and shiny. Let me play with them. You're not going to avoid the girls, sweetheart.
Yeah, I am. It could be easy.
You haven't had very much luck so far, and your hair's a natted mess.
Yeah, I have.
Oh, is that why you don't wash your hair and take care of it? Just keep the girls out of it?
Got me.
The truth comes out. That explains so much.
Also because it's kind of boring.
Okay, so doing your hair is boring.
It's just so boring doing your hair.
Uh-huh. Now, for the people listening, they want to know why I made his locks this big. Not only did I want them to be the same, like a similar size to his natural curl pattern, but also because I knew that my son doesn't like to do his dang hair. And 115 locks on this head wasn't going to be good. So right now he has 76 locks on his head, which will mean that I should be able to retwist it in like a half an hour. You like the sound of that? In and out. Wash it. Half an hour later, twist it up, out in an hour. You're not going to have any of these like 5-hour hair days that I got. I know. So awesome.
It sucks taking hot showers with that cap on.
Oh, because of the shower cap?
It's so hot.
Yeah. Well,
I love hot showers.
Once your hair locks up a little bit better, you won't have to wear the shower cap. Okay? The reason for the shower cap is because I really don't want your hair getting wet right now unless I'm watching it. But later on, you'll be able to take showers just normal. And if you want to get in the shower and not have it get wet, you'll be able to put it in a ponytail. I like the shower cap because it keeps it dry. But your hair is not as thick as mine. So you're not going to have a lot of problem with getting your hair to dry. You know, sometimes if hair doesn't dry, it'll smell like a wet towel. That's why I wear that thing in the shower. Because if I take a shower, my hair takes like a day and a half to dry. And I will get mildew in my hair. But your hair dries really fast. And I don't think you're going to have that problem. At least not for a long time. So once your hair finishes like solidifying, I have no problem with you ditching the cap.
But it's so cute.
You like your rubber duckies?
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe I should get you a Hello Kitty one.
I'm not into that anymore.
You're awesome. I love you, son. You're so awesome. You just admitted to my whole channel that you used to like Hello Kitty.
Well, who didn't?
You're just...
Everyone pretends they don't. I mean, they all know they do.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Bye.
Ciao.
You said ciao.